Hello, thank you for joining the Ride Along with Renee. And if you don't know me, I'm Renee, and we're not riding anywhere yet, but I did want to hop on here and just talk for a minute. Um, gosh, it's been almost a year since the last time I put up a video. I really need to do better about that. Because I've done some really cool things in the last year, and I don't know why I'm not. Oh, look at my little birdie right here. That first sip of coffee in the morning is like fantastic. I don't care if I don't have another one all day long. That first sip is just amazing. So what I wanted to talk about is I always touch my head. I don't know why. It doesn't itch or anything, and I don't have bugs. I don't know what it is, but I did put lipstick on because I wear it every single day. I don't have anything else on my face, and I got some pretty earrings, which is unusual because usually I'm makeuped up and dressed up and things like that, but I'm at home. So anyway, back to the point, because I'm not going to edit this. I never do. I'm just not tech savvy, and that's okay. You get what you get. I wanted to talk about my experience and recovery so far with a lumbar discectomy with fusion. And the reason I wanted to talk about my recovery is even up until last night, I YouTubed, I Googled the surgery. Was trying to find someone to talk about their surgery, their experience, and their recovery, just to see if I'm on track, if I'm a little far behind. I don't know why these bugs are flying around me, but I couldn't find very much. I found maybe one or two videos and then they stopped. So what I wanted to do is just put this out there, because somewhere out in YouTube land, someone's going to have this surgery, and they really need to know what to expect prior to, things you should get before coming home, and then afterwards. So here we go. You don't want to listen to it? Go ahead and X out, because I really don't care. So anyway, 3 weeks ago, May the 14th, I had a lumbar discectomy with fusion at the L5S1 disc. And of course, it's COVID-19 is still in effect in hospitals to where there are no visitors whatsoever. And it was just terrible. I can't imagine what my husband felt. I know what I felt at 5:30 in the morning when he is dropping me off at the front door of Huntsville Hospital, because we live not too far from Huntsville. He just had to pull up, and my hair, I don't really give a shit. Why am I worrying about that? So he just had to drop me off with my little overnight bag and give me a kiss and hope that somebody's going to call him in just a little bit to let him know that I'm doing okay. So I go in, and of course they take my temperature, they ask me some questions. Have you been out of the country? Have you been sick? And yada yada. Nope. So they send me straight up to the second floor, first floor, I don't know. They send me upstairs. And then there's another little waiting room. I'm wearing my little mask, because I had to wear a mask. And then it was time to get me into a room. They got me into a room. They got me all settled. The surgery didn't take place until probably 8, 9 o'clock. So I was there quite a while all by myself. My husband and I would text back and forth a little bit. And finally it was go time. And the staff could not been any better. I mean, they were really fantastic at the hospital, because they knew, I'm getting ready to go into a major surgery all alone. And when I come out on the other side, I don't have anybody there with me. And that was probably the most emotional and painful thing for me, was knowing I'm going to be in the hospital for 4 days. And when I wake up from this surgery, my husband's not going to be there. No one's going to be there. So that was kind of tough. So anyway, when they got me into the operating room, they were just so super sweet. And, you know, they're like, we're going to take your mask off and we're going to put this other one on you. And that's the last thing I know. Last thing I know. Now, the one thing that surprised me, and it's because I did YouTube or Google or something, everything I could find was that they were going to go in through my stomach, move everything away and pluck that baby out, put in the cadaver bone and do whatever. I was thinking through the stomach. But no one had ever put out there that no, he's going to go through your back. So that was one thing I was not expecting. So definitely when you have a surgery down lower into like the L5, S1, they're not going to go through your stomach. They're going to go through your back. So I have about a good 6-8 inch scar up my spine. And I don't remember anything the first day after the surgery, waking up in the hospital room, nurses everywhere. I really wanted my husband. I really did. We've been married 22 years. He's my guy. He's my friend. I couldn't eat. I wasn't hungry at all. So I didn't. I was in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. And they really kept the pain meds flowing. They did, and I'm so grateful. But it hurt because I'm laying on my back. I have surgery on my back and metal plates on my back, but I'm having to lay on my back, and that was, oh my gosh, that was so painful. So the next day, the nurses got me up, and we just kind of did a walk around. Mostly it was just laying down because I was just so exhausted. I still couldn't eat. I tried eating a little something that day and I got so sick. It's like, I cannot. And the food there, I'm not knocking the hospital food. I've had some great hospital food, but the food there, it was very seasoned, very seasoned. If it was salty, it was way salty. It was seasoned so much. You know, there was one thing that had garlic and stuff, and all I could do is smell it. I couldn't even taste it. I'm like, I cannot eat this. I cannot. So they brought me crackers and ginger ale, and that's really what I ate while I was in the hospital, is crackers and ginger ale. And because I just could not, they just over season, and I don't season my food. If I'm going to eat like a salad, I'm going to squeeze lemon juice on it, just because it brings out the flavor of each individual piece, so I don't put salad dressing on it. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I was in the hospital for 4 days. I came home on a Thursday, and my husband came to pick me up. Here we go. Craziest man ever. There were a couple of things I said to him that I wanted one of those pillows, with the arms, the lounging pillows, the big pillows with the back and the arms on the side, I wanted one of those, and I was going to need a walker. And so he called me. He was on his way to the hospital. He was getting as close to the hospital as he could, just waiting for the call for that I was ready and I was going downstairs. And he said, I'm at Walmart. I'm like, okay, great, because there's a Walmart close by. And he picks me up. He picks me up in his truck that even on a good day, it's too high for me to get into comfortably. He picks me up in his truck. And I said, honey, why didn't you pick me up in my car? I have like a Honda CRV, and just the perfect height to scoot in. And he goes, I don't know. I didn't think about that. Okay. And I'm looking around. I'm like, did you get my pillow? And he says, no. I said, well, why did you go to Walmart? He needed a new belt. Okay. So, I forgive him because I love him. And then I was irritable over it. I was irritable because I was in pain. I was irritable because he didn't get me what I wanted. And I was irritable because every bump on the way home, I think he hit. It was just bad. So he got me home, got me in bed. Now, I will tell you, the day that I got home, my son, he's like, hey, Mom, what do you need? My youngest son. I'm like, I really need one of those pillows. And he went to Target or Walmart and he got one. So that has just been awesome, especially when I'm sitting in like the recliner or something. That's just, oh, that just gives so much stability. So number one, get you one of those one of those pillows if you're going to have this surgery. Have it ready because you're going to need it and it's going to feel good. Number two, you will need a walker. Now, I didn't realize until like the day after, those things are really expensive. Rich was going to go out and get a walker. And so this was on Friday. And he went out, and my sister came to town and my niece. They had opened up the thrift store. So they went by there and my sister called and she says, hey, they have 2 walkers here. Looks brand new for less than $10. In the meantime, Rich is calling going, you know, they're almost $100. They're like 90-something dollars for a walker. What? I said, look, Rhonda's got it. Don't spend $100 on a walker. So thank goodness my sister got one for $7.99 at the thrift store. And it was just wonderful. It was brand new. Even the little tennis balls on the bottom, brand new, not even scuffed. So get you a walker, but don't get it new. Go to the thrift store. Take your time before your surgery. Go to a couple of thrift stores and look for a walker. You're going to need it. So there are those 2 things that's been critical. Third thing you're going to need is a grabber. You don't think you're going to need it, but you're going to drop stuff. What's really bad is the first day I dropped the grabber and I couldn't get it. So I had to work, you know, with stepping on it, lifting it up and stepping on it and grabbing it until I finally got it. But invest in a really good grabber. The one I had was a cheap one, and I ended up stepping on it and breaking it at some point. A lot of good that did. But Rich and I, last weekend, no. We went to Home Depot for something, and it gave me a chance to walk around because you need to walk, need to do a lot of walking. And we got a really good, sturdy grabber, one that's not plastic. And it's got really good grabbing disc on it. Get you a grabber. So, first thing is the pillow. Second is a walker from the thrift store. Don't get a new one. Or go out and ask your friends if anybody's got one. And the third thing is a really good grabber. You will need those 3 things in your recovery. Because for the first 3 months, you can't bend down. So I've read a lot about my surgery. So here we go. Coming home, getting the shower after 4 days, 5 days, felt fantastic. Oh, it felt so good. Now, Rich had to help me with my shower the first day. The second day, I thought he'd already gotten up and gone, and so I got up out of bed myself, do the little roll to your side and lift yourself up, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get up comfortably. I had the walker right there, so it helped me, because I was not wearing my brace to go get a shower. I take the brace off when I go to bed and when I take a shower. Otherwise, we have to wear the brace. It is uncomfortable. Your stomach's going to itch, so make sure you have some Benadryl cream or something to put on your stomach, because it is going to itch, because it's just going to get hot and it's going to be uncomfortable. And so I got up and I got my own shower. Now, it took me a minute, but I was able to do it, and I got myself dressed. And then I find out he's in the garage working on the garden planter. So, but that was cool. That showed that I could actually do this. And so so this was on a Friday. Yeah, this was on Friday. And so he went back to work on Monday. And so I was here all by myself, and I did good all week long. Really, it is very painful. I'm not going to lie. It's painful to walk. It's painful to breathe. Even now, when it gets 7, 8 o'clock at night, it's like I've got to go to bed. One, because I get up and I'm up. I don't go back to bed. I go and do what I need to do around the house, light things. But otherwise, I'm up, and when it gets late, I've got to get this brace off, because I've had it on 10, 12 hours. I'm over it, and I've got to get the brace off. So the first week is just all a blur. It's just normal coming home, and the second week was a little bit better. Still a lot of pain. It's very uncomfortable to sit. It's very uncomfortable to stand. It's just, there's no good way to be, because it's just gonna hurt. That's the second week. And so when I hit week 2, was my post-op appointment, and I went to the doctor, and I felt really good. I drove myself to the doctor. Didn't know I shouldn't have been driving, but so I went to see my doctor, and he looked at x-rays. X-rays looked really good. Everything is there. Now, he used a cadaver bone and then a graft from mine, but I don't know where he grafted that from. I didn't ask that question. I don't hurt anywhere else, so I'm not sure where he grafted that from, but he did use cadaver bone. But he said everything looked great. He went ahead and pulled off the little steri strips. I don't use stitches or sutures. There's a pretty blue jay right here. I don't know if you can see this. This is how I spend my day. Right here, watching the birds. See that blue jay? Can you hear all the birds? That's how I spend my day, is looking at the damn birds. So, I'm like, when can I go back to work? Now, I'm an HR manager for a government contractor, and I'm like, when can I go back to work? And he says, well, when you feel like you can and you can tolerate it. I'm like, great, I'll be there tomorrow. So, my appointment was on a Tuesday. So Wednesday, here this girl gets up and she gets dressed, and it's like, I drive myself to work. It's a 20-minute drive. I get myself into my office, and I sit down, and I work, and I'm uncomfortable, but I keep working. I'm a trooper. Man, I'm a trooper. Now I'm there about 7:15, 7:30. So come about 11:30, I'm like, I gotta go home. I gotta go home. I'm in so much pain. And I get to my car, and I am just starting to cry, because it's like too soon. I barely just get myself home. I could not wait. The drive just seemed to take forever to get home. And I'm like, no more. I sent a message to my managers, and I said, I'm gonna keep working from home until I'm better. They're like, great. And a lot of people are still working from home anyway because of COVID-19. But we are an essential business, so everybody's still working. They're just doing it from home. Or, a few go into the office. So anyway, after that, I came home and took straight to bed. And it's like, I'm not doing that again. I talked to my sister, and she says, Renee, you do not understand. Those little brackets, that's the only thing holding your spine together right now. That really hit home to me, that it never dawned on me. So that's when I started reading a little bit about post-op. The doctor would come in the hospital and talk to me and ask me questions and say things. So I have no idea what he said. But then there are just things you don't think about. So that fusion is the only thing holding your spine together because it's not solidified yet. And that will take about a couple of months for it to solidify. So I've just begun to take better care, be more thorough, be more careful about my walking and not turning and not bending and not twisting and doing my walking. Yesterday was a great day. I took a really good walk, came home, and then I'm tired, but I felt good. I even made some dinner last night, which was great. Today, I actually feel good. The most difficult thing is finding a comfortable sleeping position. I did find that if I lay on my back and put a pillow up under the side right here, it just relieves the pressure of that of the brackets a little bit. So it's just hit or miss. There's no good way. This is going on 21 minutes. I really don't give a shit because this is important stuff. So now I'm past week 3, week 4. I'm going to continue to work from home next week, and then I'm going to start driving after that and just being more methodical. I think I needed to be rooted from that first experience of going, I can trump this, I can beat this. There is no, you can't rush this. This is not something you can rush because how our body is working, it's out of our control, out of our control. So please take it easy. Please, please, please take it easy. Now, I have not had to take any pain pills, prescription pain pills in a couple of days, which is great. Usually at night, I will take a muscle relaxer. But during the day, I haven't even had to take a Tylenol. So that's the only thing you can take is Tylenol. So make sure you have some of that on hand. I am walking better. I'm finding new ways to sit and rest. Just listening to your body. So that is week 3. Week 3. Don't walk on anything that is not a solid, like walk around the backyard and it's bumpy. Don't do that because you don't have the stability. If you fall, you're going to fall. And if you fall, you're going to hurt your surgery site. So you got to be very careful about things. So grabber is very important. Anything else? Going to the bathroom. This is going to be TMI, and I really don't care because I wish somebody had said this to me. You know, they didn't really care when I left the hospital if I could poop or not. I was peeing fine. Oh, peeing. They did put a catheter in me in surgery, and they took it out 2 days after surgery, I think. That they took it out on Tuesday. Surgery Monday, they took it out on Tuesday. I ended up, as a female, I ended up getting a yeast infection because of the catheter. When I got home, I was just like, oh my gosh, I believe I've got a yeast infection. I hadn't had one in years. I'm in my 50s. But I sure did. I got a yeast infection. So I had to get, I think I got like the little monostat 1 day thing, and it cleared it up. So be careful of that if you're a female and you're having to be catheterized, because that may happen. So be prepared in case it does. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. So, you know, of course, they're feeding you all of these very strong medicines in the hospital. Well, you kind of get constipated. And they're giving you, you know, of course, then they give you the stool softener. Well, you know, that stool softener's not getting down in there because everything is already, you know, hard and constipated and things like that. So it took me on Friday, all the way to Friday night, to try to use the bathroom. My body needed to go to the bathroom. and I would try and try and try. Finally, I did, and everything worked out good. So please be careful of that, and just know that is going to happen, and it's going to be very painful. I felt like I had thrown my growing area out of shape. It hurt so much afterwards. I was just like, I gotta go to bed. I gotta lay here. Don't, every part of my body hurt. It really did. Now, Rich when we built this house, we built an aging in place style home. So one of the good things is that he had already installed handles on each side of the toilet. He did that a couple of years ago when I had my laminectomy. So that was really, really fantastic, is to have those handles, those bars on the sides of on the walls from the toilet. Great. Get that if you can. But prepare for all of this, prepare ahead of time. Make sure you have ginger ale. Make sure you have something to snack on, because you're really not going to be hungry very much, but you're gonna have to eat because you are taking medications. So there's another one. So today I'm going to go and work for a little bit, and that's about it. I'm gonna finish my coffee, I'm gonna watch the birds for a minute, and then I'm gonna go in there and work, and then I'll get up and take a walk, and then I'll go back and work for a little bit. We can't rush it. So if you or someone you love is going to go into this surgery, please know the things you're going to need ahead of time. It's really good, the support pillow, a walker, get it at the thrift store, a really good quality grabber. Ours was like $12, $13 at Home Depot. Totally worth it, because it's not going to be breaking at all. And make sure that if you're a female, go ahead and have that little monostat thing just in case. Have some Benadryl cream. You're gonna need that too. I don't really use a walking cane very much, and I don't think I did in the beginning, but I do have it just because it's me and I'm clumsy. But the walker is really good. Even now, even though I'm walking really good, sometimes I'll just grab the walker just for, so I'm not tiring myself out, but I can walk just fine. So anyway, those are my do's and don'ts. This is almost 30 minutes long, and I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to get this out here, and peace out, folks.